Well, I was going to report this story about the War Council in Israel meeting about and weighing their options on how to respond to Iran. Well, that meeting is now over, and according to Israel's Channel 12, they're reporting that Israel would immediately retaliate, and the senior Israeli military official pledged an unprecedented response to the Iranian attack. Yes, I know. Iran had every right to attack in response to the Israeli attack on their embassy in Syria on April 1st. I'm quite aware of that. However, like I've said many times, Israel was just waiting for an opportunity like this. They were just waiting to widen this war because they believe they need this war with Iran to bring about the return of their Messiah. And that's what's really motivating all this and why they're being so ruthless, ruthless in everything that they're doing, from Gaza and now to Iran. So, according to Biden, or the Biden administration, they've told Bibi that the U.S. will not support a counterattack against Iran after hundreds of drones and missiles were sent yesterday. It says here, crucially, the Biden White House appears to be strongly signaling to the Netanyahu government that the attack is done and that the United States will not back up any follow-up counterattack. So U.S. President Biden told Prime Minister Netanyahu that the U.S. will not aid any Israeli counterattack on Iran, according to U.S. media. Axios and CNN report that message was passed during a phone call between the pair. Axios reports that Biden told Netanyahu the U.S. will oppose any Israeli counterattack. CNN reports that Biden said the U.S. will not take part in any such counteraction. And Israel, for their part, has called on the United Nations Security Council meeting to condemn the Iranian aggression, which is just rich, which is expected to take place late Sunday. The U.S. administration appears to be lobbying for a status quo and for Israel to not mount a strong response. And like it says here, behind the scenes, Biden told Netanyahu the joint defensive efforts by Israel, the U.S., and other countries in the region led to the failure of the Iranian attack. Yeah, if it wouldn't have been for the U.S., Jordan, and the other countries involved taking out these drones, Israel would not have won. They would not have knocked down 99% of these things. And they would have been, well, who knows what would have happened. But like it says here, Biden says, look, you got to win, take the win, is what he told Netanyahu. The official said that when Biden told Netanyahu that the U.S. will not participate in any offensive operations against Iran and will not support such operations, Netanyahu said he understood. U.S. Secretary of State Lloyd Austin spoke on Saturday with his Israeli counterpart, Gallant, and asked that Israel notify the U.S. ahead of any response against Iran. Well, they've notified the world through Israel's Channel 12 that Israel would immediately retaliate, and the senior military official for Israel pledged an unprecedented response to the Iranian attack. So I guess the Americans have been notified, right? I mean, they've notified the world. Iran's notified the U.S. that their military bases will be a target if they support them. So we'll see if the U.S. sticks to their guns or not. But the bottom line is, like Hal Turner says, excuse me as I scroll back up here, now Iran knows the precise number of ballistic missiles it must fire to saturate Israeli defenses, thereby getting far more through those defenses in any future battle if necessary. And it will be. And like he said, these ballistic missiles were a big intelligence prize for Iran. The missiles fired, 7 got through and hit that air base in the Negev Desert. And of course, Israel was minimizing any damage that was done, but according to Iran, quite a bit. But of course, they like to throw out their side of the propaganda too, so back and forth that goes. Anyway, it looks like that meeting is finished, and Israel is going to retaliate with an unprecedented show of force against Iran. So brace yourselves, prayed up and prepped up at all times. It's going to continue, and this just means that the return of Jesus Christ is even closer. So no fear. God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So lift up your heads, your redemption draws nigh. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.